Shalom, my friends. Welcome to this week's news. You know, on a personal note, last week I reported about an avalanche of deadly police actions across America and spoke about white police officers versus black citizens. Unfortunately, because of the way I delivered those messages, some of you were disturbed, thinking my own personal prejudice was being presented. And so today, I want to make a public apology to anyone I may have offended. Please understand that what I meant to do was to emphasize the racist focus that Satan is promoting in the world today, and nothing more than that. Years ago, police officers were appreciated, admired, and held in the highest regard by citizens, and police officers looked at citizens like family. Satan hates the very idea of family, and he's been hard at work destroying this harmonious relationship to the point where today he's got the media painting these two factions as enemies, and that is the point I wanted to drive home. Personally, I hold all law enforcement officers in the highest regard. I fully appreciate the job they do in keeping our highways, towns, and neighborhoods safe, as well as the life-threatening dangers they place themselves in every single day. Please forgive me, my friends, for making a wrong impression. Romans chapter 13, verse 4, that's Romeim, speaks of these courageous guardians, saying, "They are servants of Elohim, and for your own good. And if you do evil, you should dread them and be afraid, for they do not carry a firearm for no reason. They are servants of Elohim, revengers, to execute Elohim's wrath on those who practice evil." Turning to wars and rumors of wars. Sunday, December 7th, Israeli warplanes attacked Syria with multiple bombing sorties against the Damascus International Airport, damaging several unspecified facilities. In addition to the airport, the Israeli planes also attacked the town of Damas near the Lebanese border. Reportedly, military installations were hit on the outskirts of Damas. Monday, December 8th, Ugandan rebels wielding machetes and axes raided the area of Beni, which is in the North Kivu province of Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, and they killed at least 36 people. Then, U.S.-led coalition airstrikes against ISIS left 70 militants dead in northern Iraq. The coalition's warplanes bombed ISIS positions in Maktab, Khalit, and Talalvard, about 7 miles from Kirkuk province. Tuesday, pardon me, I'm laughing because these words are hard to pronounce. Tuesday, December 9th, at least 7 Yemeni soldiers were killed and 9 others wounded after suicide car bomb attacks on a military base in the city of Sayun in southern Yemen. And 2 car bombs detonated at the military headquarters in Hadramaut province in the northeast of the country. Afghan security forces in clearance operations jointly conducted by Afghan National Police and personnel of the National Directorate of Security in the provinces of the country, killed 15 rebels, wounded 3, and arrested 4 in a 24-hour period. The operations were conducted in 11 different provinces. Then on Wednesday, December 10th, hundreds of fighters from the Russian Republic of Chechnya have formed their own death battalion to join the insurgency in East Ukraine. The 300 or so volunteers say they are mostly former state security troopers. 3 soldiers had been killed in attacks by pro-Russian militants in just 24 hours, and another 8 were wounded. That makes a total of 22 breaches of the truce since a ceasefire was introduced, which began with a day of silence only 2 days earlier. Then on Thursday, December 11th, Libyan troops advanced from the west on Thursday to liberate Tripoli with a mission to seize the main border crossing to Tunis. Al-Shabaab militants beheaded 2 Somali police women, prompting a policeman to kill 5 women linked to the group who were being held for a possible swap of captives. Friday, December 12th, a newly formed organization known as the Shura Mujahideen Council, SMC, urged the Libyan Islamist militias to form a coalition to confront the offensive announced by the government of Prime Minister Abdallah Al-Thani. The SMC, made up of unknown members, issued a statement accusing Al-Thani and the militia of the self-called Libyan National Army of destroying the city of Benghazi, while urging all opposition forces to join in a single organization, the SMC. Then on Saturday, December 13th, Yemeni troops shot and killed 5 al-Qaeda suspects who, disguised as women, fired at a soldier during a checkpoint inspection of their Saudi-bound bus. And another suspect was wounded, along with the driver, in a shooting at Harad, a town 15 kilometers from the Saudi border. 2 of those killed were Saudis. Taliban militants shot dead at least 12 workers who were clearing mines in the southern Helmand province on Saturday. The attack happened near the former British military base of Camp Bastion. And on Sunday, December 14th, holdout rebels clashed this week with the Sudanese army in the north and central Darfur states, as the African mediation prepared to resume talks for a comprehensive cessation of hostilities in Addis Ababa. They repelled a military convoy of the Sudan Armed Forces that attempted to enter into Jaldo last Thursday, December 11th. Jaldo is a rebel-held area in central Darfur. Turning to America, the U.S. State Department announced last week that the first major contingent of Syrian refugees, 9,000 of them, have been hand-selected by the United Nations for resettlement into communities across the United States. The rift between the United States and Russia continues as the Pentagon threatens Russia with releasing nuclear missiles in lieu of Moscow's violation of arms control. According to the U.S., America is prepared to redeploy nuclear weapons as a means to keep Russia at bay following its breach of 2 arms control treaties. Last Thursday, December 11th, American lawmakers defied President Barack Obama by approving fresh economic sanctions against Russia, prompting swift criticism from Moscow the very next day over toughening the U.S. response to a Kremlin-backed separatist insurgency in Ukraine. The legislation also authorizes, but does not legally require, Obama to provide lethal and non-lethal military aid to Ukraine, including anti-tank weapons, ammunition, and tactical troop-operated surveillance drones. P.S. 28 Russian military planes were intercepted by NATO jets over the Baltic Sea earlier last week, testing NATO defense and reaction times. On the subject of pornography, a new study reveals that porn breaks down relationships and destroys society. Big surprise there, right? The study says that men who regularly watch pornography are more likely to depend on it to stay aroused, but are less likely to enjoy sex with a real-life partner. I'll be posting a new video this Thursday, December 18th, titled Addicted to Porn. It's a personal commentary on the subject, and if you know anyone who has a problem with pornography, you might want to have them hear what I have to say about that subject. That's the news for this week, my friends. Abba willing, I'll see you here again next week. Until then, be safe, my friends.
Crowded rooms, I need more space than I consume. Enough is time alone with you, underneath a naked moon, sharing confidential moods and making chatter. Mockingbird nocturnal sings notations of eternal things, entering the quantum breeze, flying not for want of wings. He lights his gaze on you and me, simply because we matter.